Hey everybody, Ron Bamer here with your tip of the week. One of the things I hear very often, especially with newer clients that start coaching with me, and we start talking about developing referral partner relationships, they'll say things like, you know, I know I need to develop more agent relationships, but I feel like I'm begging for business. And I'm sure right now some of you are watching this video saying, "Yep, I know what that feels like." What I want you to understand is, first of all, I'm never going to tell you to beg. I don't want you to beg. You never should have to beg. But here's what happens in the mind is if you don't clearly understand what your value proposition is, why someone should do business with you, what problem are you solving for them, or what opportunity are you creating for them, then guess what? You can't help but feel like you're begging because in your mind, in the back of your head, you're questioning your own value. If you're walking in and walking in as being facetious in that you could be walking into their office, you could be talking to them on the phone, you could be doing a Zoom or whatever the case may be. But what I mean is, if you are starting a conversation, but you don't clearly understand what your value is, and your value is not that you're going to close fast, that you've got competitive rates, you've got a million different programs. Anybody can say that. Your value comes from knowing what problem you're going to solve, what opportunity you're going to create for them. But as important or more important is knowing how to present that, because you have to know how to ask the right questions. You have to know how to set up your solution. So I'm going to just give you this real quick example. This is going to be one of many that you'll see in more tips as we go down the road. But let's say you have a strategy of helping them, get more exposure at an open house. So if you're going to help them with an open house and you've got a huge social media following, so you might go to an open house, and I teach this in my purchase mastery class, where you're doing a video and you're showing to your audience, and you're doing a live feed and introducing your realtor to your social media world, and then you're giving them a video. You're now getting exposure on the back of them sending out to their network as well. But you're solving a problem. So if I was talking to an agent, I'd say, let me ask you a question. Do you have a loan officer that has ever helped you get massive exposure on social media? Notice the question invites the solution, where most loan officers, even if they were going to do this, what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, I'll come to your house, your open house, and I will do this for you. That is not nearly as effective as coming in and asking the question, do you have someone that does this? And when they say no, say, would this be helpful if somebody did it? They say yes. Say, well, here's what I would do. Would that be a benefit to you? Now what I've done is I've gotten them to make a distinction that I am completely different than any other loan officer they've spoken with. This can be done with so many different lead generation strategies, and it doesn't have to be realtors. It can be realtors. You can do this with attorneys, accountants, financial planners. You can even do this in lead conversion if you start thinking about, what problems am I solving, not how do I get business? Hope this helps. See you next week.